Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Nwsgram. It seems like just about everything these days comes with a user manual. Our car has a huge one, phones have them, the electric kettle that you just plug in, add water and turn on also has one. And we rarely use these, but did you know that there's a manual for the human mind? I had no idea this existed. Its mission is simple: to show you how to master your thoughts so that you're not being mastered by them. That's pretty useful. It can also lift your energy and your outlook so you can attract more positive experiences. It helps you to bring calm and clarity even when life feels chaotic. And maybe best of all, it reminds you that you are more than your daily routine. You're capable of growth, joy, and creating change from the inside out. It's a manual worth reading. Now, the mind is a very deep subject, so this manual can kind of feel overwhelming. That's why today we're going to try and keep it simple. We're going to focus on the basics of who you are and what life is really all about. And to do that, you'll need to learn how to tap into your higher self. And that begins with an understanding of consciousness. I know, I said I was keeping it simple. Well, here's somebody who is much better at it than I am. Her name is Eva Gajic, and she's the author of Creating Manifestation Power into the Now.
So consciousness is the subject awareness of ourselves and our thoughts and our feelings. So when people pray, they pray to a higher being, so God, source energy, or something like that. But higher consciousness is a level of consciousness, a frequency that sits above our crown chakra, which is above our heads. And when we meditate and we pray and we sit in silence, we can connect to our higher selves.
Did you hear that? She said above our heads, and that's important. Consciousness is energy outside ourselves, and we tap into it with our thoughts, which are made up of frequencies and vibrations. Think about it this way: everything is energy.
We've had great people throughout time in history who all knew this and understood the principles of vibration and frequency. And when we think things, we're thinking a thought, it has a frequency to it. And if we're thinking a happy thought, that has a frequency to it, and it would only attract other things in tune with that frequency, so other happy things. And if you're thinking a negative thought, that has a lower vibration, which would attract other lower vibrational frequencies out there. So that's why you find a lot of people who are thinking negatively seem to have everything falling around and apart around them. And if you see someone walk in the room and they're thinking and they're vibrant and happy, you can feel that energy because everyone's uplifted, they're happy, they're smiling. But if someone with a low vibration who's thinking negatively and their thoughts are not on the right path, you can sense a denseness in that room, and everything becomes heavy. So our thoughts have a vibration, a frequency, and a resonance, and we're constantly emitting that from ourselves every second of the day, even now as we're speaking.
I'm sure you felt that kind of energy before. Party energy versus funeral energy, or the kind of hate and negativity that we have been feeling a lot lately. It's real. It has an effect, and it can be hard to stay positive in the face of so much negativity. But she says it's important to at least try.
It's fear itself that inhibits people from achieving their goals. The biggest thing that people fear the most is fear. It's the biggest inhibitor. It is.
So, how can we all tap into the universal supply of abundance and live a happy and fulfilling life? Can we do it just by staying positive? Well, sort of.
And what I find is people who are doing affirmations, and then I hear them saying, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling sick, I'm tired, I'm this, instead of what I'm great, I'm feeling good, I'm fantastic, I'm healthy, I'm joy, I'm peace, I'm love. They're saying all these negative things to themselves and not realizing that every cell within your body, and you have millions of them, listen to that frequency that's coming out of your mouth, and it vibrates into your cells and it's sending that signal out again. So you're saying, I want that dream house, I want $1 million, and then you're saying, I'm sick, I'm crap, I'm having a horrible day. And then it's just contradicting everything you've just said.
Eva knows what she's talking about. She is a psychic. Her abilities have been with her for her entire life, and her books are designed to help people with their individual development, while also providing truths about who we all are. Creating Manifestation Power into the Now is an introductory book, so if you've stuck with me so far, then you're open to the idea that everything is energy, and the consciousness is not located inside your brain. So I'm hoping that you are also open to the idea that we are all eternal beings who have lived many lives before. We have seen civilizations rise and fall, and we are here today to awaken to our true power, which is ultimately to elevate humanity to a higher level of consciousness. And we do that by raising our own consciousness. And doing that begins with a fundamental understanding of who we are.
If you think of every life that we've lived, because we do live many, many lives, so you're living this journey and then you will transition and then you'll reincarnate as another person. But you have to think of all our lives, and everyone goes through this. We have many, many, many lifetimes, and everyone thinks they have to achieve all their goals in this one lifetime. It doesn't work that way. So if you think of like a long line, and then you do 1,000 dashes on them, and all those dashes represent a lifetime that you've lived, you can experience everything that you need to for your soul's growth, for the expansion of your soul, in all your lifetimes broken up. It doesn't have to be achieved in this one section as ever. You know, your millions or dollars or your dream house or your dream car, whatever people desire, can be achieved in another lifetime or something like that.
Talk about playing the long game. You and me are infinite by nature. We are limitless, abundant, and we are powerful. We cannot be created nor destroyed, and we have the power to manipulate the energy around us to create our own unique reality.
This is why I wrote this book. It's an introduction, and there are many books out there that do introduce people to manifestation. But what I've found is some books do say, oh, well, if you think I'm going to win $1 million, and if I say that every day I will win $1 million, that's nice, that's great, it's fantastic. Who doesn't want to win $1 million? But the reality is that you do have a higher self, and you do have a soul contract. So everyone has a soul contract in this journey that we're living on Earth right now. And you can't achieve things if it's not written in your contract. So if it's not in my contract to win $1 million, I won't be winning $1 million until I've learnt my lessons.
That's a rare takeaway. Want to win $1 million? Well, first, find out who you are and whether or not that kind of wealth is even in your cards. Eva's deep understanding of the universe lets her explain manifestation and consciousness with clarity.
So I live in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm the founder of Innate Consciousness Network. And my background, I have a degree in architecture and a long career as an architect and director. My passion is dedicated to helping others about the universe and raising a collective awareness of this planet. And I came about this book as I was inspired by my late parents, who've always encouraged me to be proud of my gifts and who I love with all my heart. And I received a message from my spirit guide because I'm connected to higher consciousness, who reminded me of my purpose in this incarnation as Eva. And this purpose is to share my knowledge with the rest of the world that of who we are as conscious beings. And as I'm also claircognizant, which is a psychic ability, I have the innate capability to know things intuitively that others do not. My whole life, I've always understood the universe in which we live, and I'm able to go into detail on topics through my connection to higher consciousness. So this book is an introduction of higher consciousness and how any person can tap into their higher selves. And it's the first book of many to come, and it's important to understand the basics before you step into the next levels. And I guess my gifts can help people transcend to ascension by following the processes that I have outlined in this book.
You are more powerful than you could possibly imagine or have been led to believe. The power to change your life is already inside you, so let's tap into it. The book is called Creating Manifestation Power into the Now. Creating Manifestation Power into the Now by Eva Gajic. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll spell it for you. It's EVAGAJIC. And it's available right now at Amazon.com and many other places online. You can reach her directly by visiting theinnateconsciousnessnetwork.com.au or take a look at the show's notes because we've put a link in there to make it easy for you. And that will do it for this edition of Nwsgram from webtalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.